Hello, everyone. We're about to start. Super exciting. I'm actually going to wait for the countdown because why not? All right. Hello, everyone. Hey, my hair is a mess. Oh well. So I should have looked at that before I switched my camera on, but we're good. It's funny when you look at yourself, you're like, oh, what was I doing? But exciting. Super excited to be here today, guys. Before we get going, is there any questions you guys have or anything you guys want to talk about? Today's stream, I really want to get into some C# styles. I really didn't do very well last time getting my app styled, and I want to be able to. Styles are going to be a big part of this app of being able to switch and have dynamic styles. And so I played with some stuff, and we'll bring that up in a little bit. Sweeky, are you in here? I can check the chat. I forgot I can check the chat. Sweeky recommended that we start out today with talking about the new Star Wars trailer, and then she's not even here. I'm going to make fun of her for that one. I'm pinging her to see if she'll join. I haven't actually watched the new Star Wars trailer. I was traveling last week, and while traveling, I just get behind and get what's going on. So I am going to watch this trailer. I'm not going to stream watching the trailer because I don't think that'd be allowed. But if you guys have any questions, any Xamarin questions, or anything you guys want to talk about, has anyone else seen this trailer yet? I'm super excited for it. You guys are very quiet today. Very quiet today. Oh, Sweeky's working. She has a customer call. She can't join for a while. All right, so I'm going to press play on this. Guys, come up with some questions and some Xamarin stuff. I'm super excited to be here. Wow, I just pressed play on this screen. Has anyone seen this trailer yet? Ooh, I like that question, Pierce. We will look into that. Hey, thanks for joining. I'm starting out by watching the Star Wars trailer because I haven't seen it yet, and Sweeky said I should do that. It's awesome so far. But today I want to talk about fonts and styles, and I wrote something new, something brand new, and I want to play with it. So we'll see how it works. It's C# styles the way I kind of want to do them, not the way we do it now, because I don't like it's ugly. All right. Does anyone have any Xamarin questions, though? I like how Pierce asked, can we talk about fonts and styles in our projects? I definitely want to go over that. I'm not really going to talk on the how to do it in the XAML sense. I'd like to see if I can merge what I'm doing with XAML. Wow. I'm really excited for this movie now. I adjust my sound. I have my other computer sound way too loud. Okay, I see why she wanted to see this trailer. All right. So, I'm gonna stop that. I think I've looked at that enough. I'm gonna finish that later. Super exciting. All right. So, any questions aside from fonts and styles? Because definitely I'll show what I'm doing. And I'm only having a couple custom fonts in my app, but I'll show how I'm organizing it and how I'm doing my styles. I'm doing some static classes, or I have some subclasses because I want to be able to switch themes. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, let's jump right in and start playing with some code. I also, actually, before I start doing gMusic, I wanted to fix my stream helper. When I did my stream helper before, it stopped doing the images. So I want to debug it really quick and see if I can figure out why we're not getting images uploaded. And then we'll move on. Something with my Twitter parsing is wrong. So it doesn't like this posting. So I'm going to do something here, and I'm going to remove this dictionary stuff. So we just post this thing out. And then, oh, something's weird with that. Do I not return that? Okay, so, oh, this thing wasn't going to work anyway. It was totally broken. So first I'm going to start by fixing this. What's going on is this thing is supposed to post to Twitter. It downloads an image, then uploads it to Twitter, then parse it, and is supposed to return back the media ID. I actually never returned the media ID. Something's wrong with my parsing. So I'm going to fix that first, and then we'll move on. So one of the questions in the Xamarin Evolved, you did it. I did talk about async and await. Do any chance cover this topic in future streams? So I've actually been asked to talk about async and await again, and I'm wondering what to talk about with it. I covered a lot in my old talk, and I mean, if there's things that people want to talk, I mean, I could do my old talk again live and just sit there, and it's easier to be interactive in Twitch, and I kind of liked that format of being interactive. So we can definitely do some stuff with async and await. Um, I have no problem talking more about async and await. It's a very important topic and something everybody needs in their modern apps. So, yeah, do you have any questions on async and await? I'd love to answer any of them while I'm doing this first intro part. Or if there's anything I can probably even prototype with this little sample. All right, so really quick, I added something into my stream helper. If the debugger is attached, ignore that there's no arguments. So that way I can say, I can just set this message right here and not have to pass in any arguments, and it'll just work. So what message? Fixing stream helper. So we're gonna run this. Let me make sure I've got the right one. Yes, this is set as the startup project. I wonder why it's not showing me what's going on there. So if you have questions on async and await, definitely ask them. I'd love to answer them and talk about them. Or if you have any ideas of what type of things you'd want me to talk about in an async and await talk, and I'd love to do more on that. Okay, so let's get this result back. So something is wrong with how I was parsing this thing out. So what I'm going, oh, my hotkey thing keeps moving on me. All right, so let's open up a Chrome window and let's use JSON utils. I think it's .NET. Nope. Oh, utils.com. All right, so I'm just going to post this thing in here so that way we can parse this thing right, because I want to be able to, and then this should be fine. Okay, and we want to do Pascal, not namespace, and JSON. Why is it saying that its syntax is invalid? Oh, it shouldn't have those quotes on that. No? So even today, I see a lot of people making some fusion with async and await, and I believe update material and thing would be great. Yeah, so I mean, we could probably just schedule a one-off and just do a stream on async and await. So I'm curious, is that text quoted in there? Is that what's going on? That would be weird. Oops, removed wrong window. So I shouldn't have to remove these, but I'm going to. I totally thought copying and pasting from inside Visual Studio did not. Let's just test this here. So console, or no, so let's just do result. Yeah, why is it showing me all the quotes? Yeah, I wish I could just unquote that super easy. Totally thought copying from here let me copy unquoted. All right, so all I really need is an object that has media ID on it. So let's just try this again. Yeah, I think it might be with the new previewer, because the old one used to let me copy text unquoted. I'm going to file a bug about that, because I know I used to be able to, this view used to not be quoted. Oh, I thought it used to not be. At one point, oh well. Actually, what if we go to a watch variable and we add a variable? It's probably not, but that would be nice. Let's add a watch. All right. Nope, it's still going to quote it. Just want the value. Hey R2, welcome. We are just doing some JSON deserialization. Wow, that actually quoted it a lot more. Something's so wrong with that. Something is so wrong with that. All right. we're just going to paste this in here, and I'm just going to manually, actually, let's go to VS Code, and then we will do find and replaced slash with nothing. Find and replace for the win, guys. Now let's run this. Okay, so we have an image class, and we will just copy this. We're going to bring this over, and we're going to do this right. All right, so I'm just going to add this new class to the bottom because I am, actually, we'll add it. Do I have a Twitter API? Oh, that's this built-in one. So we're just going to throw this here. I also have no problem doing nested classes. I know some image class. I know some people think that's dirty, but I like it with my responses because nothing outside the response actually uses those. So we'll just throw that in here. So now we can deserialize this appropriately. So now we're going to post, put our new type in there. So now it will deserialize the right type. And now we can return result.mediaid. You know what? I'm going to, just in case. Shouldn't ever be null. Oh, that's a long. Okay. So I need to just toString that puppy. Oh, there's a media ID string. We'll just use that one. Why they pass it down as a string? That looks weird. Do they really do that? Yeah. They give it to you as a string and an ID. Teach their own. Okay. Now we should be able to run this stream helper, and we can change this message. We don't. Yeah, I'm just going to leave a breakpoint there so that way we can see what comes out. And if it returns this ID, then I'm not going to let it finish, and we will do it directly from the terminal. And then I got to check Twitter and actually make sure it uploads that image because I'm super excited about that. Okay, yes, we have an ID. I can't believe this has been broken since I wrote this a while ago and never fixed it. All right, so now we can jump in and do a topic from my terminal. We can do topic, and what's our topic? I think we're going to start with styles. So C# styles in Xamarin.Forms. And now we'll have a topic in our stream. Hit that. No errors this time. Yes! That's the first time it's actually tweeted with an image. I'm going to go check Twitter now. I'm excited. For those of you who watched those streams, it was quite painful to get that image stuff work. Oh, that totally works. It even goes and grabs. Oh, that's awesome. I'm really excited about that. So the source to that app, just in case anyone is interested, throw this up here, github.com/Clancy. And we will say it's stream helper. All right, so we just fixed stream helper. Super exciting. I feel productive already. So we just fixed stream helper. There it is. Also, if you guys want to follow along with the code we're dealing with today, trying to remember project name URLs while talking can be difficult. We're going to be working in gMusic .forms. So again, I'll just paste that into the chat. This is the app we're working on. Let me close Stream Helper now because we don't need you. You're done, you're fixed. Thank you. We'll go back to gMusic. All right. So on my last stream, I was really trying to do styles, and I ended up not being happy with what I came up with. I had this thing in here where I have my own style class that I like, and I'm going to rename it to be styles just so it doesn't conflict with the built-in style class from Forms. But it lets me set some things on here like fonts and colors. But then when I want to actually put things into real styles so a label can use them, there wasn't anything nice I could do. The syntax was just ugly in Forms of doing this whole thing. Create a new style of label and do these setters. Nothing strongly typed. If you don't know what the subclasses are that things are, or the base class that something's subclassing, how do you know what properties go into that? Because label will have all the label properties as well as everything else. And so I went and wrote this thing. I tried doing a T4 template, and T4 templates in .NET Standard are a wreck right now. It just wouldn't generate things. So instead of doing that, I wrote this thing that uses reflection, goes through and generates some C# class for me, and then just strings it. And then I copied and pasted this into another class, my generated file. And the whole point of this thing is to go through and find out what everything that's bindable, and then everything that's bindable, it's assuming forms did proper things with their naming, because I did not want to go through and write these style classes out myself. And I wanted something nice and strongly typed. So I made sure that it would find a bindable property with a property that has the same name minus the property, because that tends to be the way forms names things. And in the end, it spits out this beauty. Wait, why is this erroring? I thought I fixed it. Oh, it's erroring because this is uncommented. Let me comment that back out. I have this class in there twice, style helper list here, and then I copied it into the generated one, just so it would be one file if I want to use this elsewhere. Now what this did though, was it went through and created something that I can bind in styles. Everything that should be bindable via a style is now statically typed. So I'll get runtime errors, and it's just really, really easy to use this. I think. I haven't actually tried using it yet. I have generated it and compiled it to make sure it works. And now let's go to label really quick. So here's like button style. Let's go to label. So label style now will give me text alignment, X align, vertical align, font, text, font family, font size, all of this magic beautiful stuff. And in the very bottom, it subclasses a thing I created called style helper. Style helper lets me give it a name, so I'll be able to name these styles. That way I'll be able to use them as dynamic styles or static styles inside of XAML and things like that. So I can use them from XAML or C#. I didn't want you to only use them from one. And also, what it does is it neatly binds these things by using the setters. And it implicitly casts out to a style. Xamarin.Forms style is a sealed class. So I couldn't subclass it and extend it, which made me very sad. And I'm going to look into doing a pull request to unseal this. So that way my base class could just be a style. But when you do this getter set, it just uses the built-in mechanism of how styles work, and it should work. I think it does. I think it will. So I can apply something to a style. So all these styles are typed, so it knows that this is a type of a web view. That way it all works with the type stuff, and it just creates a new style and applies the stuff. Or I can apply this style to an existing style. So I should now be able to subclass my styles and get rid of some of my extension stuff here. Because right now I have a static form style is this main text thing, and it does this. And I want to be able to ditch this, so that way my style class can contain all of my style stuff. What do you guys think? Any questions, any concerns, any comments? It's different. It's not the way that styles work now, but it's something I think I'm gonna like. But I need to play with it first. No thoughts? Nobody? Nobody? All right. Well, I guess we'll play with it and see if I still like it once I start using it. The reason I want to do this, though, is I want to be able to, for now I just want to be able to, like, apply these styles. So I had inside of my extensions, I have a thing to where I can say, apply gMusic styles to a resource dictionary. Wait, is that right? Public static, this resource dictionary. Right, okay. So what this will do is I'm going to change this because right now it does this to apply these things in. But I want to be able to take my style here and just say apply. So I mean the XAML stuff's nice and it's fine. And I tried doing the XAML things for a while, and a bunch of people gave me some samples to look at. But my biggest thing, and let's bring up the docs on the XAML style just to look at the differences. So Xamarin.Forms styles. And we can look at the way C# styling works right now as well. It's so verbose. I just don't like it. So inside of here, let's go to introduction. All right, so inside of here, you create a resource dictionary. No, that's not showing the styles. Where's one with styles? All right, so we can create something with a label style that targets labels, and then you can set all the properties in it. And this is okay inside of XAML. The biggest thing is I want to be able to swap these things out, and I want to be able to do it in a nice manner and based on the theme that someone chooses. So if you're just doing one look and feel for your app, doing this is actually quite nice and works well. Now, the moment you start trying to do it in C sharp, let's see if there's a C sharp example. Right, now let's look at the C sharp way. I'm sorry, but this is just ugly. Create a new style of what type, and then new setter and set these properties. I don't know, it's just too verbose. So I think that instead of doing this nonsense, my styles will just make it to where you know what properties, it's discoverable because we'll have IntelliSense. So as I set my labels up there, we should be good. And I also want to add an apply to this style so it knows how to apply to a resource dictionary. So let's also throw in here a public void apply resource dictionary, and we'll just say resource. And actually, I want to be able to apply it to a resource dictionary. I want to be able to do it to a page. Page, and then we'll also do it at the app level, just to make it easier to use. So public void apply app. Perfect. So now inside of here, we'll just say apply app.resources. Actually, what was inside that app dot? Oh, remove. Oh, do I have to set dynamic resources differently? I wonder if I set the resources here, if it will fix the dynamic ones. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping, but we'll find out. Oh, why did I do that? Okay, so apply there, and then we'll do the same thing here with page. And we need to create some of these resources so we can start applying them. All right. I think I'm going to like this. All right, so we have our header font, header thin font. So we have all of our fonts here. So what I'm going to do is we'll go over to this extensions. And right now, these are the 3 font styles I need to create. So yeah, let's look at how this code works and take care of that. And it'll also make this a little bit easier. I think it'll be nice to have this style and just say apply. I really hope. All right, so I have my colors. I wonder if I need to, I think I might refactor this a tad. Just so, no, there's not very many things. We'll just leave them all here. So public font style. Hey, thanks for following, Jizapus. I don't know if I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. All right, so let's add this into here. Oh, that hotkey doesn't work. We need this one. No, I don't want to generate font style. Oh, not font style, label style. All right. I'm probably going to do this stuff so I can null it out just based off of when the fonts change. I'm going to need to. So yeah, let's just do that while we're at it. So we'll do a label style and main label style. We'll do that, and we can just clean this thing up. So our set main label style equals value. Now let's fill this thing out. We'll do main label style equals, I'm just going to copy this stuff because I want to be able to do it right. So we will now say, these are the colors. Okay, perfect. So now new label style. And what's our, okay, so we can say font equals that. And now text color equals, yeah, I just like that syntax a whole lot more. New label style, set the 2 things you want, and we get IntelliSense. I think I'm going to like it. Okay, I also want to make sure I name this though. So for this case, we'll say name equals name of, and we're just going to use itself. That way, it's named the same thing. It'll get its name. I probably could do something clever with the compile time stuff, so it knows what called it, and pass that in, so I don't have to specify the name. I don't know. We'll go with this. No need to get too clever right now. This is easy to follow. All right, so I've got my main text thing. This is going to blow things up. I don't need this. Actually, and I was doing that wrong. Not current style. It's just main text because it's from itself. So it's got everything it needs. Perfect, perfect. It can do that. Okay. So this is going to break the build for a minute. So let's do this menu. Let's do the menu one as well. So public, label style, and get set. Am I not selecting that? There we go. Wrong key. Ooh, wrong button. Okay, do that, go here, put that down. All right, so menu header style equals value. We'll do that. Just gonna copy this because it's basically the same thing, right? Just make sure I replace these so I'm not doing it wrong. And now here we'll just say menu. Actually, what are the values? I want to make sure I do it right. So header thin font and current style menu text color. Perfect. Now we're going to have to fix everywhere that this stuff's been referenced because it's all going to be wrong, but I really like where this is going. Now I'm going to be cheap. I'm just going to cheap. Copy paste. Main menu label. This one. Ooh, thought I copied that. Oh, I need to copy it from here, sorry. Copy that, this, and this. Okay, what's it yelling about? Okay, we're good there. All right, so I didn't like how I was also, when I was accessing these, I was doing like my extensions.this. Just ugly. I really, really didn't like that at all. So we now can delete this stuff because we don't need any of that. And if I want to leave this where it was, that's totally fine. I can do that. I can just say now, what is it? Style dot, oh, that's using the wrong style, isn't it? I think it's styles dot styles, okay. We're gonna rename this everywhere and hope this doesn't break everything. Styles. So I can just say styles dot apply or styles dot current because that'll flow right. All right, and I don't know like that it's nested in the same namespace, but we'll live. All right, so styles.apply. Thought I had an apply on there. I remember just adding that. Public void apply. Maybe IntelliSense hasn't caught up yet. So styles. And what's it complaining about? Oh, styles dot current. Okay, so styles dot current style. All right, so we'll take the current style. I don't like that. Oh, I can just add using, so I don't need to do that because that's ugly. Okay, add that in. Using gMusic.styles. Really? Is it still going to make me do styles.styles? I wouldn't have renamed it if I knew how to do that, because what's the difference? All right, we'll just go with that for now. Okay, so our extension just got super simple and borderline not even needed. Let's build this because it's going to blow up all over the place. And I need to fill out the apply now so it knows how to fill those things out. Okay. Perfect. Actually, let's throw one more thing into here. If we do public static void apply this dictionary, resource dictionary, and then we will say style helper. Perfect. So now we can do this inside our apply. It'll make that simpler. We'll just go dictionary style dot name, and actually we'll do some checking here. If dot is null or white space style dot name, throw new not implemented exception. We'll say give it a nicer thing so we know exactly what it's talking about. Styles require a name to be applied. Just go with that. And I thought we will also give you style dot. I'll just give you the style that it might help narrow it down. I don't know. And now we can do that. And that'll apply our style into the dictionary with that name. So now inside of our styles, we can just go through and just apply everything. So resource dot apply, and we will now say what are the three we just added? Main just added. Let me just copy and paste them all. Okay, main text style. And two more. We have main text style, we have main header style. And the nice thing about having this in the root, we're not going to, as we subclass styles, all the same styles will be applied, so we shouldn't have to redo any of that. It'll just reuse them all, and it'll just change what's inside of them. Okay, and now for reset fonts, we're going to go through and also mess those things up. So I don't know how many styles we're going to have anyway. It's really not going to be many. Menu label is equals null. That one, and then one more. Copy that. And we could do something fancy with reflection to find all these, but there's not going to be enough, I think, to matter. So now all those will reset. Our dark styles reset everything. Yeah, that should be good. Let's build it, fix our build error, and we can move on. All right, so now we don't have to do any of this nonsense. What we can do is say style dot current. That's much nicer. Okay, just caught up. There we go. I like that better than referencing an extension anyway. And we could do the name instead, because the name should work as well. Maybe we will do named. I don't know. We'll decide. All right, let's look at all we changed in our Git. I know we've changed the things with the, okay, the apply styles has changed there. That's changed. Inside the extensions, we've cleaned this up. We were doing the three labels. We're just calling the one now. I'm probably just going to, I don't think I'm going to check this thing in. It's nice for that generation thing in case I need to fix it, but it's a weird place for it to live. I might just check it in because why not? And our styles cleaned up. All right, so let's run this and hope our styles work. If this worked, we might jump in and build the settings so then we can try switching between the light and dark theme. And I don't think I filled out any of the background colors yet or anything like that, so we'll see what happens. We'll probably want to set some default styles as well. That way all labels get at least the default text stuff, but We'll see. All right. So yeah, our styles are still working. That is nice. Oh, we still need to do tinted images. Tinted images need fix because that's really bad. Okay, but our styles are definitely working. Let's work on a setting screen because I totally want to test out switching styles. I'm not going to know if this thing works unless I can easily apply a new style. All right, so add new file. Let's do Xamarin.Forms. We're going to do this. I think I'm going to do this not as XAML because I want to do some stuff with what's the name of that page called? Can't remember. Not the list view, but there is a table view, which no one ever uses in Forms, and I love it. So we're totally going to use it. All right, so we have our settings page. Let's go into our root page, and we can add in actually, we only have one simulator open. What's the other one? The other one that is, I'm trying to remember which one has the old gMusic on it. If this one is the XR, it's the XS. So let's launch that so we can look at the old gMusic as reference again. And I do want to spend some more time getting them looking together, but for now we'll go with this. All right, new navigation item. Also, I'm probably going to go snag my console page, which I have in gMusic only in debug mode, because it's really nice to have when you're debugging on your phone without it connected. Settings, and then page equals new navigation page, new settings page. Okay, and then image equals images dot menu dot, we don't have the settings yet. So let's go there and let's add in settings. Okay. And it's just called settings. Now inside of here, we'll do menu dot settings icon. I think it's called settings. Let's verify that before I go forward with it. I know it's a gear, but I thought I called it settings, not gear. Yeah, settings. Okay, perfect. All right, so now if we run this, we'll have a new page, a settings page. I should do that for the search. That way the search looks right as well. Let's do that while we're at it. Add new page. Forms. This one is going to be a XAML one. Don't like not having it filled out. And text. Oh, it's funny how there's a label in the other one, but nothing here. Label. Throw that in there so we know what page we're talking about, and we can make sure it works. Let's go to the settings page. Actually, it doesn't matter. We're going to redo that page in just a second anyway. We'll fill that one out. Okay, let's do page equals new navigation page. And this one is new search page. Okay, I think we're right. Let's stop it, start it. Hey, I just heard a sound. Hey, white space! Welcome, Marianne. Oh, Marianne is hosting. That's exciting. Thank you for hosting, Marianne, if you're watching. Okay, build canceled. No, I didn't cancel it. Run it again. If you cancel and stop, then cancel and start too many times, it just freaks out. So. Okay, oh, and does this one have gMusic old? Let's get old gMusic up. New one. I need to fix this padding. That is driving me nuts. There's too much space between those. Okay, search no longer has the funky icon. I like it, I like it. And settings, we have a settings page. Okay, exciting. Let's look at the old settings page, because the old settings page, oh, there it goes. Ah, my fonts are still too big. I wonder why these fonts are so much bigger. That's using the wrong font. That's totally using the wrong font, that's why. Let's go check in my style what I did wrong. All right, styles. Style, I need to rename that class. So it matches. All right, menu label. Yeah, it's using the header one. And this one is, what was the name of that font? Menu, what font? So we have header text and header thin. That's header text. No, that's not supposed to be a header. Okay, let's go look at source code. What did I have? That one, the menu style was just menu text font. Makes sense? Okay, let's run that again. See how this looks. Run, run, run. Okay. I hadn't remembered what set page we were on. Okay, that looks a lot better. Padding's still horrible here, but we're now in line. I'm liking that. And that image is too big. Way too big. Okay. Either way. Okay, so now let's build this and get this thing every once in a while. I need to find out what's causing that. All right, so let's work on the search page so we can switch styles. We go to the old one, go to the settings. Oh, not the console. So yes, I have a console on here, so if I'm not debugging, I can see every console.writeLine output. It's really, really, really useful. We'll probably throw that thing in here. It's just so nice to be able to see what's going on inside your app when your debugger is not connected. So every console.writeLine shows up here. Beautiful. All right, and it does it in reverse, so the top stuff's up here. And auto refreshes. Okay, well, I digress. Let's not look at that right now. We'll add that in. Settings. So inside the settings, we have accounts, streaming services, playback. I don't know how much of this we want to fill out, but we might be filling more of this out today. Definitely we'll want that so we can add and log out of stuff. And actually, so I have accounts. Okay, let's jump in and start on the search page. This one's going to be a fun one. Actually, let's update our topic. Building screen.forms. Actually, that's really big. Building settings screen. We'll just go with that. And there we go. Let's hope it tweets again successfully. Oh, I'm so happy. So happy. Glad we fixed that today. All right, so that's done. So in the settings page, I'm going to use a different thing than most people have used. Most people, you don't ever use the table view, and I love the table view. It's funny. I saw Mike Bluestein actually asking if anyone's done monotouch.dialog for the Android recycle view, and if you've been using Xamarin for a long time, back before Xamarin, there was monotouch.dialog. And the very first version of Xamarin.Forms, pretty much that's all it had. That and list view. That's all it had. No buttons, no anything else. And so this still exists, and no one uses it. It's my favorite. So content equals new list view. No, table view. Table view. Okay, so we're going to use this guy. It's just beautiful. All right, so let's first start with saying this dot is it title equals strings dot you're gonna I think it's just settings. All right. So what are the pros and cons of a list view over a table view, and when will you use one over the other? Great question, Pierce. So list views are best with undetermined amount of items and or really, really big things. So, but if you're doing something that has a set number of items, preferably under 50 to 100 or 100 to maybe 100, somewhere around 50, list views are awesome. And oh, why I thought it added that. That's why. So table views are awesome for the smaller stuff, especially with set things. So if you want to have lots of different type of things in there, a list view is really complicated to do that. You can do the data template selector. List views are just for repeating things. So most of gMusic is list views. Our song screens, our album screens, list views, list views, list views. But setting screen, this isn't something that you like data bind from and you pull all this data from. Do you know what I mean? Each of these are unique. Each of them do very different things. Trying to make a list view react differently based on what's tapped and what type of things it is, that gets crazy. So we don't want to do that. So yeah, that's where the table view really, really stands out. This type of screen is a table view, not a list view. So really, really exciting control. All right, so we are going to look at this, and we can actually go back. This one is going to be unique because some of these things are static and some of these are not. So like the add service, if I was logged in, and I don't know why I'm not logged in, let me drag this off screen and log in really quick. Actually, yeah, gMusic. Load, load, load. Okay. Let me log into this so we have some data, and then remember the password for my demo account. Ah, perfect. All right, so now once this finishes syncing, it shows what accounts are logged in, and then it continues showing, hey, don't make fun of the fuchsia, David. This fuchsia is a temporary color and is the best temporary color. You all know that. All right, but this is going to be dynamic. So the accounts that are up here that's going to change based on what's logged in and whatnot. And the adding the streaming service button always needs to be last. But then I also let you do like log into Last FM. Never mind. Let's auto tweet, log into Twitter, things like that. So this is those parts aren't dynamic, but the top part is. All of this, not dynamic. All of this, also, again, not dynamic. This part is dynamic. It does a little thing where it pings the App Store and sees if anyone's reviewed. So semi-dynamic, but not really. And then the songs count, that stuff, that didn't actually update like it's supposed to. If we leave and come back, it might. But yeah, there we go. Sound count now updated. So that type of stuff's semi-dynamic, but the cell content, what's there is static. The only thing that really changes the number of rows is this accounts. So we can do fun things with this. Inside a table view, you assign it a root. And we're going to change this. For now, we're just going to build it this way, but it's going to change. It's going to change. All right, so our root is a new table root, and we are going to, inside of a root, you have sections. So table root is the whole thing. To be honest, we should have ditched the table root. That is just old stuff from monotouch.dialog. It's how it was done, old and not needed. And also the whole view cell concept comes from this as well. So I know everyone's like, why do we need to nest everything in a view cell, not just a view? It's because of this and the history. All right, so let's do a new section. And this section, so table section, you can pass in a string or not. And this one we'll do strings. Accounts. Keep our localizations going. We don't want to stop. And this thing, like I said, we were probably just going to do, table section, accounts section. All right, so account section, perfect. And let's put this in parentheses so we can assign it. Now, account section equals new table section. All right, so we have our accounts part now. We can throw in, I don't know what all we want to throw in. Lots of the stuffs. Really fun things. I really want to get down to the settings. I think we're just going to jump to settings and do the theme because that's why we're here, people. That's why we're here. All right, we'll build more of that later. So new table section, and this one is strings.settings. And I'm trying to remember what kind of cells we have. I'm trying to remember the API on this. It's been a while since I've done this. So the old one, actually we can probably go look at old gMusic code because it's going to be almost identical with slightly different names. So inside of gMusic, if we go into iOS settings, or no, views, view controllers, settings, view controllers. All right. So this is using monotouch.dialog, but as I mentioned, these APIs are almost the same. So account sections being done there. Oh yeah, I set this stuff out and then assign it in there. Either way is fine. All right, so inside the setting ones, I did this picker stuff. You'll notice that I did things with multiple cells. I wanted to have subtext, which for me to do the easiest way was this is just a subtext style cell. So there's just two cells in a row, one with the subtext, one without. Just themed differently. Really easy to do it that way. And then they can overflow as they need to. So the language picker, create language picker. We don't want the theme. We want the theme picker though. All right, so create theme picker. So, oh, I tied into an action sheet, which we can still do. Add a new string element and on tap. All right, I like that. We can do that. Okay, we can do that. Something to that effect. I think the stream elements or string element stuff still work. Let's check. New string or text cell. So text equals strings dot theme. Okay, strings dot theme. And then there used to be an action thing on these or on selected. Is that going to be what the command is? Yes. Okay, so we can just do equals. Can you just, you used to be able to do something with the actions. I think I'm gonna have to drop in a new command. No, is it gonna let me do that? No, it's not. Okay, that would've been too nice. New command. And then that lets me do an action, okay. Okay, that would've been really, really sweet. We're gonna move this out eventually just because this is getting very verbose. But I like how with this API, we can just like set it all up like you would. Okay, so now we have a new command. So now inside of here, let's look at our old code. What we do is an action sheet based on the styles. Okay, so new sheet. Oh no, what's the sheet thing? It's not, is it just alert or options? I need to add, oh, there's something in forms to do an alert, a sheet, pop that thing up. New equals alert. Is it display alert that I'm looking for? No, not display alert. There is display action sheet. There we go. Why couldn't I find that? All right. So we'll say, wait, let's make this async. So var selection equals await display action sheet strings dot theme. Okay, streams dot theme cancel is strings dot cancel, and then destruction. That's the main option, which is a horrible name. And I don't have one that's the current name. How am I gonna do this? Okay, so that's how it sets the current ID. I don't like how the destruction one, it should just be parameters. I don't want to take these out and make them all into different things because that's just ugly. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna make this thing work because I don't know what else to do. All right, I really don't like that API. Var first option equals styles dot styles dot available styles dot first. And you know, we could just go 0. We don't have to use link. Okay, and we are going to add link though using because I doubt it's smart enough to, yeah. If I was to add just the same things in again, I doubt it would filter out and make it unique, but var remaining equals style dot styles. This is ugly. Dot skip, and I just say skip one dot to array. So ugly. Okay, perfect. And actually, I might take those out into something else. These are supposed to be strings, right? Select x dot, what's the thing on this? X dot ID. I think it's just the ID I use. Dot to array, perfect. So now I can pass in first option, remaining options. So bad, so bad. Okay, first option dot ID. Okay, so now we should, yeah, so bad. Maybe I will add an extension that does that for me, because we're going to need to do that a few times in here. Now console, right line, selection. I have no idea what's going to come out of that, so let's run this. You'll notice my hotkeys, I always do the command, what is it, Command Shift Enter to stop, and then Command Enter to go. It's just, or is it, or it's Alt. Is that command? I'm using Windows keyboard, so I can't read the keyboard to see what it is. It's just habit to always stop then start, so I always go in that route. All right, theme. Hey, check it out, default and dark theme. That totally worked. And it's going to tell me default. That's exactly what I want. I do want to do detail text equals detail equals styles dot current style dot ID. So we have that, and then we will also say, does that detail work? No, it won't. All right, that's the problem with doing this all right here, is I can't reset that. Okay, so we now have the style. So now what we can do is we're gonna need to do something with notifications. Did I bring over? I did bring over that. Style changed, style changed. All right, so perfect. So now we can say styles. Okay, so styles.current equals styles.avail. No, so first what we'll say is var new style equals styles.current style. Oh no, not current style. Dot available styles dot first. Do that first or default, and we'll say we need to search for this by the ID. X.ID equals selection. All right, so now we've got our new style. So now we can say if equals new style return. Now we'll do styles dot current style equals new style. And we also need to save this thing off if we're going to update it. So text cell theme cell. Let's set this here. And then that, comma, so I know where I'm at. I like the trailing commas. It helps me keep track of where I'm at. If not, I get confused. All right, so now we've set that style. Let's make sure setting this style does not. All right, so what we're going to do is it does not change the set style stuff. We want to make sure it does. And to make sure everything listens, how are we going to do that? I'm going to need to do that with dynamic stuff. I need to think that through a little bit more. All right, so we've got our style stuff almost done. And oh, that's why. Dun, dun, dun. And set. We will do that. Does that as it's initializing, so we're not going to do it. We're just going to have it set the private one because it shouldn't notify on the first go. We don't want it to be, actually it'll be fine. We're going to do a check. We're going to be smart. Set, and actually we need to do not this style. I wish you could mix the two styles, but you can't. And we say if current style equals value, turn current style equals value, and then can't I type? Share dot proc style changed. All right, sweet. So now in our app, we can say application manager dot share dot style. There we go. Style changed equals this. Doon, doon, doon. I like it. I like it. We can now say this. That should restart our styles. Now the question is, how are we using these styles and what does that mean? So let's look really quick inside, and I haven't done anything with the backgrounds yet. So we'll need to deal with backgrounds and the cells and their backgrounds. Let's look at media item list. Here we go. Let's look at this one. So this one is using styles, right? Or we're doing the apply. We're doing the apply. I think I'm going to stop using this and we're going to set it as styles. Because we have these applies, but we don't actually, let's do it the right way. So we're not going to be doing it in code anymore. That's just what I could get to work last time. But now that we have our new style classes, I want to use them appropriately and actually use the styles. Now we can instead just do text.style. Can I set it on a name? I don't know how to do it on a name based off there. That'd be cool. But okay, so what we'll do is let's check our styles and see if we have those two types set. I don't think we do. So we have our label style for menu, main text. We have main text, but we don't have detail. And what's the difference on those? So subtext and main text. Let's do subtext. Okay, so main text. We're going to add in a new one. And this one is going to be subtext. Almost done with the copy and paste dance. Subtext font and subtext color. Perfect. And it has the name. Oh, that one's wrong. Fix that. Okay, beautiful. That's done. Let's add this to our reset. Okay, so we have one of those everywhere, so that way they can reset themselves off of that. Okay, and I should now, if I use that, let's go to our apply. Subtext label style. So we have our subtext label style. Now what I can do is copy this. Let's go back to our now playing thing. We will give it a style. Let's remove the font sizes because actually let's make the font size ridiculous, like 100 and 200. Like absolutely ridiculous so we know our styles are working. That's how I like to do mine. All right, so we've got that. style, is it just the style ID I set, or is it style class? I don't remember now. All right, so let's go back to our docs because I don't remember. Um, dynamic styles. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a dynamic style. And so inside of here, I would say style equals, okay, that's what we do. Oops, what did I do? I hit space and it scrolled. I want to copy that first. All right, so we're copying this. And we're going to say this and this. And now let's go grab the right names because I don't want to do it wrong. Close a bunch of stuff because we have a bunch of stuff open that we don't need. Style. Okay, so style, we're going to say, oh, this one's subtext and this one's main text. Okay, now I want to go into the code behind and comment out my applying of the style. And we should have appropriate looking text. And then we should be able to change the style and see that update. And it's not going to update everywhere. It should only update on those screens. So if we go to like songs, why didn't it use my style? Okay, just to make sure I'm not crazy. Do I need to do anything for my global styles? Dynamic styles. Resource dictionary. I don't think I have to do it by page. We'll apply it in the page level anyway. Right, no, the styles applying fix that. So my new styles are not being used. Not cool, not cool. All right, so let's go to our base page. This one we're doing everything on? Yeah, we're gonna go here. And on this, we are going to do styles.current.apply. Shouldn't have to do this, but I'm gonna do it. I just want to see what that'll do. We added it, so maybe it's needed. Run it again. Anyone watching know if I'm doing something wrong with those styles? I should be able to do global styles for the page, and it should grab those. Let me try naming it static instead of dynamic. I wonder if that'll make a difference. I wonder if I have to do something. I wonder if I have to do something different to make these dynamic as I register them. Because this is all new to me. Global styles, application resource. These should be filling out, right? We'll inspect that. No, I'm still wrong. All right, so let's undo this, put those back to dynamic. Let's go back to our page and remove that. I don't want extra stuff hanging out. Let's debug this. Let's go to the root page. Not the root page, the app. Okay, so we initialize, we apply the status. So let's run this afterwards and make sure these are right. So with dynamic, you end up treating everything as a variable that's assigned the style you want to the dynamic one. Remove the font size. I don't want to remove the font size yet. I will. I shouldn't have to remove the font size, should I? Because applying the style should override that. That's what I'm hoping, unless I'm crazy. And so dynamic, you end up is treating that as a variable. Yeah, that's what I should be doing. So my apply style should be inside these resources. It gives us some keys, main text label style, subtext label style. So since these are defined at the app level resource, right, it should work. And these values, this is my label style. Maybe maybe I need to cast them. You know what? Let's try that. Maybe as I'm doing my apply style, it's not actually casting them to the right thing, and so it doesn't know how to use those. That's probably what it is. So It might just be with how I apply those. I just want to see now this, oops, I pressed play twice. Still wrong. I just want to see what's in that resource. So style dynamic resources. Yeah, but David, what you're saying is if I have those, okay, so with those dynamic resources, if I set those at the app level resource, it should work though, right? So I want to look at the values. Okay, so they're now the right types. So I have this main text label style. Sorry, that was really small. Let me zoom this thing in. So main text label style. Oh, why have the label spelled wrong there? Why has no one corrected me on my spelling? I copied and pasted though, so that's not the issue. But either way, main text label style, subtext label style. Those correspond to these styles. And they don't do the based on, but it has two setters. One setter is for the font with a size, and the other one is for the color, right? Expand that out. Oh, I need to scroll my screen down. There we go. And then the other one is, hopefully that's showing up right. I think it is. Yeah, and the other one is for the text color. So since those are dynamic resources set right here inside my apps resource dictionary, when I go forward, it should use them. All right, let's see if maybe it's just not, maybe because it's dynamic, it's somehow not using them. Yeah, it's grabbing the text color, just not the font size. Look at this. That's weird. So maybe we have a bug to our dynamic font sizes. So we'll test this. So let's run it, and then we'll go change the font size inside of the style, so that way it's something different. Actually, we can just go change the style, and it should hopefully propagate. Yeah, I think the control rule is taking over the dynamic style, which seems wrong to me. I think that's what's happening. So let's change it, the theme, to dark theme. I have no idea. Hey, that worked, because our text went white. So our dynamic themes are definitely working. Oh, I'm on dark theme. I need to update that text. It'll work right. So go back to default. Yeah, so font size. So colors worked, but font sizes didn't. So I just need to not set anything there. That just seems wrong. I don't like it. So, okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. That's super exciting. I need to now change it. I'm going to change everything to use dynamic text stuff, so I don't have to do anything aside from apply those everywhere. So that's really, really exciting. Perfect. And David, you were doing all of yours with XAML though, correct? Shouldn't matter, but okay, I like it. Okay, so now we need to do some background colors with this. So the cells need a background colors, and we need to make that apply based on section. How'd I do? Okay, I wonder if I didn't take anything over. All right, so David linked over his code. Let's what he did. I'll bring this up. Okay, so that's how you handle yours, or you go and you look up the resources, you register them all as big, different, giant XAMLs. Okay, that makes sense. And then where does your Is it just, where do yours live? Just curious now. Okay, styles global. Zappy, styles, global. So inside your global, you set them all here as the multi ones. And then you just set it at the root. Okay. I can see how that works nice. That's not bad at all. Okay. I'm still not sure if I want to go the XAML-based way or the C# based way I'm doing it. I like my C#. I just do. And my colors are not hex, and converting those over are pain. I know I can do it, but I don't like it. All right, so let's look at my old style sheet really quick because I think I just want to grab the right background colors. Let's get some background colors going. Well, I'm glad you guys like the XAML one. I'm not against XAML, and I use XAML more and more as time goes on, but I'm kind of old, and it's hard. I don't know. I've been doing it this way for so long. It's hard for me to change. It's just hard. So do I have a background color? I think I do. Background color. Yay. All right. Oh, I'm not really necessarily doing this in the code behind. I'm just defining the styles there. You'll notice I don't have to. I just have the style, so I have style.apply, and it lets me loop through. The biggest thing is I'm able to dynamically do them. So I can just add to this available fonts. And I mean, I guess you can do it the other way. I just add it to the available fonts. It knows what they are. You'll notice my dark style doesn't do much. It just changes a couple base colors, and then everything works. I am horrible at CSS. I am the worst at CSS. I hated doing web stuff just because I was so bad at CSS. So the thought of me putting CSS in here, it hurts because I'm not good with it. Oh, we already have background color. Hey, we have background color. Okay. So that is nice. Now for background color, I should be able to just do I am bad at CSS, I promise. I'm not just making it up. All right. So resource, for applying this thing, we'll just say background color equals, and I think I can just do that, right? And now inside of media item cell, I can give this thing stack layout. I'd give the stack layout the background color, right? Equals, and we'll do dynamic resource background color. I think that's right. I think it's right. I really hope it's right. Let's run it. And let's go fix that spelling mistake with the label. So that's not cool. All right, so now if we go to settings, we set this to dark theme, and we need to fix that so that updates. We'll go to songs. Hey! Oh, that's super exciting seeing that work. I'm really excited. Okay, we already had it on dark theme. Okay, let's go fix the setting, and we need to make it to where the setting saves the current one as well. Super easy to do on this thing. So style, we go up here, it does that. Oh, that's okay. So current style equals settings.style. Oops. We're just going to do this. Okay, so that will reset it. So now it'll remember which setting we had set. We'll go into the settings screen. I wonder if we should build out more of the settings screen. And now we'll do theme cell.detail equals, and we need to theme these things too, these cells. I'm wondering how I can set a named dynamic resource from code. Can you do that? Yes, I built it all myself. Build the whole setting screen? Yes, we got to build everything eventually. So, I mean, we have to. And welcome back, Sweeky. All right, let's run this. We should now have the styles remembering which style we are, and it will also remember. Well, I want to at least do the account stuff because I want to have that dynamic account things. Okay. Theme. Let's go dark theme. And not everything's is using that yet. So exciting. Okay, so now if we stop and start, we'll still be on dark theme. We're still on dark theme, and David, you should file that bug for me. This thing is driving me nuts. It's something with the text label. It's trying to the UI table view get text say so something in our cell renderers handle property changed is doing something with the disposed object, and it's crashing my app. Yeah, text cell render handle property changed. It needs to it needs to check and see if the thing's disposed that it's accessing. Or at least try catch some stuff. This is why I hate iNotify property changed. The things that, yeah, rather than just refresh everything. As soon as something changed, just refresh the page. You're good. All right, so now we go back to the default theme. And this doesn't respect the themes yet, but the songs do. And we're going to need to make that header change colors based on that. And yeah, super, super exciting. Also, the list views get the same background color. So let's go over to this one and throw this in here somewhere. Background color equals dynamic resource. And I'm going to copy and paste because I don't remember. Now I can also go through, and I probably should register the rest of these as well, all of my other colors, so that way I can use them wherever I want. Is the view cell in your list view? I'm not manually managing my view cells, so if my view cells in my list view, it's because it was data bound, and if yes or if no, I shouldn't, yeah. We can check. I mean, we'll look at the stack trace next time it happens. It's happened quite frequently. So we'll know. We'll look. I'll copy the stack trace this next time. Okay, settings, dark theme, songs. Yay, and so the background's there. I need to change the header, and I'm trying to think the right way to do that. Upgrade to a collection view. Oh, okay, and I think I changed my navigation stuff as well. Let's look at old code. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. That happens quite frequently. Okay, stack trace. So, main UI kit, jumping through some synchronization context, bindable object, set value. It doesn't tell me. It's cell table view cell handle property change. So I'll save this thing. Okay. Let's new gist.github.com. Okay. Let's do, isn't there just I have to sign in to do one? I'm totally not signed in there. Okay, I'll do this in a new tab. Off screen. Let's get you a gist. Okay, and this window is way too small. Okay. So here is my gist. Okay. So I'm not against using a collection view. I was at one point talking about completely rewriting gMusic and in iOS native, and I was going to use the iOS collection view. Just in the list views, it seems odd to do a collection view to do a horizontal list view thing. I like how you can then change things, but I mean, yeah, it's a list view. I don't think that whatever this thing is could still happen in the collection view. If on notification change, you're trying to set things that are disposed, you're still going to get this. So this is more something along the way we're handling these. if it's happening here, it could easily happen elsewhere. So yeah. Okay, I wonder if I should save that thing off somewhere else. Yeah, there's a syncy thing of things. Collection views don't have cells. It doesn't matter if it has cells. Still has something it binds to. You're binding to the native thing, and you're calling back to the native thing, and it's disposed. So as long as you're recycling things, this can happen. And we'll use a collection view. We'll find a reason to throw that in there. A great place that I want to use it, I want to build like what's new, what's popular screen, and that's going to have very dynamic content, and that's a perfect place for the collection view. So I want to throw it there. I think that's where we'll use it. But we need to track down this crash because it is killing me. It has to do with me refreshing data or something. So no, I like collection views. I'm not anti them. I just want to use them right. I mean, it just seemed odd. Am I the only one who thinks it's odd? Anyone else chime in? Would you do? I just like using the simplest thing possible for what we're doing. So make him use a screen that's not using any fuchsia. Okay, there's only one set of fuchsia left and we can kill it. I'm about ready to kill it anyway. So I don't know, it seems odd to me to put it in there. Okay, let's fix those cells really quick because that's driving me nuts. So inside of here, vertical options, center. Hey, that should center those better. Maybe I have to do in here, vertical options, center. Maybe I just want to see if this will fix my cells because I don't like them. That padding is just wrong. I want more padding on top, less padding in the middle. Always tweaking paddings. Oh, that's way worse. Way, way worse. And I don't want to... Yeah, that should do it. Center these things. Maybe I need to set the text to center as well. Vertical, text alignment, center. Maybe the cells are growing, so they're equal, but then the text isn't. Let's try that. And then I'm going to take my styles and make sure it applies everything else. Here we go. Oh, no, that's still bad. Why? Why a big gap there? It could be something with async and await. Everything is data bound though, and there's not a lot of async and await going on. If there is the async and await for when it's going and refreshing. I mean, we could check the output when it happens. It should tell us. I'm even wondering what's changing because nothing. Oh, the images. The images. That has to be what it is. It's the only thing that does a notification. Everything else is a direct data binding. Here we don't. So as we go get the album art URL, during that time, or from the time that image is downloaded, yes, we cache these images. It does based on, we're using, the FF image loading thing. But either way, I think, it's got to be something with that. Why is it hitting notify then? Because we are asynchronously doing stuff. So it awaits to get the URL. So that URL, getting the URL could take half a second, so I could have already left the screen or something. Or it won't take half a second, but I'm guessing it's something there. Are we setting min and right now? I don't know if I am. I don't. Yes, I am actually. I'm not setting it on for the actual images themselves. I'm just doing it on the cell. This library is supposed to deal with it for me as far as resizing them. If it doesn't and I find out that's an issue, I'll switch to a different library that does. But I did set a set layout on these images, and I probably need to change that because right now it just sets them at 35 by 35. And maybe I will leave it with that. I'm just thinking of the instance, we added dynamic text. We haven't tested this yet. Let's jump in and text the accessibility stuff. I have no idea where that's at. Accessibility, larger font on. Okay, I have no idea what this is going to do. I might have to restart the app because I'm not tying into that notification. So this should work. And I'm just wondering if that image is going to look funny when we have really big text. Hey, text is working. My alignment is awful. All right, so let's jump into, let's see if we can make it dynamically change. So app delegate, apply styles. Perfect. There is a notification, and I can't remember what that is. iOS NS notification. It's something in there. How to detect that. Bum-ba-da-dum. Okay, NS notification, UI content size did change. Okay, and I think we strongly named all these things. Oops. NS notification, dot. Let's just search and see if we bound this nicely. Hey, someone did a blog post on it. So, oh, that's using the old, that's not using Xamarin though. Okay. Okay, I almost tried to do this doing, yeah, it'd be nice if Essentials did some of the stuff for you. That's another reason I like doing my C# stuff, because I'm able to, I wanted to be able to do my fonts, where my fonts automatically adjust based on this if I set this, which I probably still could do that in dynamic stuff. I bet I could make it work with the resource dictionaries, but yeah, it's tricky. All right, that's not what I wanted. I was hoping that in Xamarin we strongly typed that thing. Because a lot of times our notifications, we did really fancy things. Oh no, why are we having UI kit? That's not what I want. Oh yeah, here it is. So we had it to where there's this .add observer where you can do a name, UI device .orientation. So what would they have called that? I'm wondering if we have maybe there's something under UI content. All right, we're just gonna do it the old school way. Okay, ns notification center dot default center dot, what is it? It is register. I can't remember. I just was looking at the APIs and I can't remember. Dot add observer. Okay, dot add observer, and now we pass it the string. And the one we're looking for, I don't want the notifications. Let's look in here. Did they do it for Swift? They don't do it for Objective-C. On Objective-C, it would tell us the name. Okay. It might just be, okay, Xamarin. Why are people only telling us for Swift? That doesn't help me. Okay, I think it's just this thing. We're just going to listen to this thing anyway. All right. And it's a string, and okay. Now right here, we'll just be able to do apply styles. Okay, we have that. All right, let's run it, and let's, oh, it needs me to cast this to another string first. Okay, run that. I wonder if that's the right one. I hope it is. We'll put a breakpoint in there, and our breakpoint should hit. Okay, oops, wrong one. let's add a topic since everyone's so interested in this thing. Let's add in. There we go. Stream helper to the rescue. All right. So let's make this thing really, really, really big. It's really big. That's how everyone should test their apps, right? Okay, that notification did not fire. Did not fire. The successfully zoomed in text looks great on the stream. Sorry, if I haven't, I can make more things bigger. I thought I had things big enough. If I need it bigger, always ask me and I will adjust my fonts. I have no problem making things bigger. Okay, so, but yeah, it makes sense for the stream. I should have the sim bigger so you guys can read it. That did not work. That is wrong. I don't want to be lame and just always call it. So let's search through the, actually, check, I got an idea. Let's go to GitHub and let's search the bindings. /Xamarin, and it's Xamarin Mac iOS. Repositories, I think it's Mac iOS. Yes, Mac iOS. All right, so let's come in here and let's search this repo. No, it does not like that one. I want to see if I can find docs on this thing, make sure this is the right one. Hey, is that not what I have? Let's try that. Let's try that. We're just going to register for everything until we find it. Okay, constants, NS notification name. And yeah, we don't have this thing strong. Wow, that font got really big. All right, so larger font on. Oh, I feel so old having my font up that high. Hey, we got it! We got it! Yes! Uh-oh, Squeaky was spamming. I thought we made Nightbot nicer, so it didn't complain anymore. Didn't we fix Nightbot? Poor Squeaky. All right, so let's do this again, and let's drop this way down. I thought we made it to where it didn't care about all caps. And then let's switch back. It didn't update though. Oh, I know why. I know why. So we call resent all fonts, but then we're not reapplying it. Notification manager dot share dot proc style changed. Let's actually tell everyone that our font's changed. Okay. Yeah, I thought we made Nightbot nice, so Nightbot didn't yell about all caps. Maybe I need to jump back into Nightbot again. Okay. Maybe we just kill Nightbot. Everyone's good in my stream. We don't need Nightbot. I'm not popular enough for that stuff yet. So let's just go kill Nightbot. Then you can get all excited, Squeaky. Alright, go to my channel settings. Nope, wrong settings. This one. Nope, nope. This one. Alright, settings. Channel. Not in there, not in there. Where's the bots? Where's the bots? Moderation. Auto mods turned off. Wait, where does Nightbot live? Isn't that the bot that comes with it? Nightbot's somewhere else. I was totally messing with it in the wrong place. Where does Nightbot come from? Let's go turn Nightbot down. I was trying to allow things and I was using the wrong bot. So let me sign into Nightbot. I totally forgot about that. Let's make Nightbot happy. How can I allow? Okay, that's my dashboard. How do you adjust Nightbot? Does anyone know Nightbot? What can go wrong of putting my dashboard out on the screen? Recent timeouts! Squeaky! Okay. What do you think you'd be able to like, okay, that's just routing custom commands. Where's the settings? Does anybody know this? There's all the commands. Wow, there's lots of commands on Nightbot. I had no idea. Hey, allow caps. There we go. Okay, other people are saying that. Okay, so head over to Night. Go to here. Excessive caps. There you go, Squeaky. You can now use all the caps you want. All right. Yes. Yes. It's fixed. Yeah, that's annoying. All right. So we're back. And we have caps. So exciting. All right. So now let's go check and see if we change this font. We're going to crank it back up to a good size so that way on the stream you guys can actually watch it each week. Is that a good size? Nice in the middle? That was beautiful. Okay, font size though. Do you guys like this font size? I'm going to go back small. Why is this cut off though? I know why. It's all my fighting it. I was doing stuff with horizontal stuff. Let's fix that. Views, views, views. Let's go into the media items cell. Let's go into here and vertical. Let's remove all this nonsense because that did not help at all. I wonder if I need to just add padding. I don't like just adding padding. Padding equals 6. Actually, Marianne said always use multiples of 2, right? So it should be 4 or 8. Yeah, it needs more space around. Okay, it's not cutting off anymore. I want more stuff at the top. I want these, I don't even like that still. I want these labels lower and the middle gone. So yeah, Marian, I like to do like multiples of 6 is kind of what I like to do for my padding. I used to do multiples of 5, but I switched to multiples of 6. I mean, multiples of 6. And Marianne's like, actually, it's power of 2s. Those are what you use. So 2, 4, 8, 16, right? Just powers of 2. I'm like, oh, I've never heard that. So that's Marianne's rule of thumb. And I don't, excuse me, I'm not sure where she got it, but yeah, it's interesting. I've always done multiples of 6. Yeah, but okay. But she recommends powers of 2, which I'm like, okay, that's really, really interesting for all your sizes. Yeah, powers of 2 is way harder than multiples of 6, though. Yeah, so how do I fix this in a stack layout? Does anyone, I have it set to center, and I have nothing on those things. Oops. Does anyone have any idea? Let's turn off the preview so we get more text. No wrap. How would I fix that in a stack layout? I could do, actually, let's give it background colors. Background color. Let's give some background colors. That'll let us know what's going on with the text. So we'll know. We'll know if the problem is with the label itself and how we're centering our text, or if it's the labels that are wrong. Why do I need 2 different colors? The labels don't overlap. Oh, thought I started it. You will need. I'll easily see the difference. Watch. One's the top label, one's the bottom one. These don't overlap, so we should be good. Yeah, they don't overlap. So it's putting a margin. Ooh, what's the I bet I know what it is. Is it spacing? 0. It's forcing a spacing there. I bet that's the problem. Let's go check this out. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let's ditch our fuchsia. We don't need that anymore. See, I removed the fuchsia. It goes away. So let's run this again. And I think, and we need to go drop the font size down because that font's too big. All right. Oh, I didn't drop that down enough. Actually, let's just turn off the fonts. We'll get default fonts for right now. That actually looks a lot better. That's getting pretty close. My old images look bigger. Is it just something with the different screen resolutions? But yeah, that's a lot nicer. No padding forced between them. The labels will take care of their own padding. Okay, from this, I can screenshot this thing, right? And there's a screenshot button. What's the, new screenshot. Where does it save the screenshots? Does it, like, go to my desktop? All right, I just want to open these side by side. So that way we're not dealing with new screenshot. No, the one's quite a bit bigger. Fonts are about the right size, but we're definitely, I need to clean up those headers. I like the old headers better. Okay, so let's go check the old app and see what sizes. Yeah, they look bigger, definitely bigger. But I really thought I copied stuff over. So old app, let's go look at gMusic, iOS, views, or did I? Oh, cells, here it is. Cells, media item element, image, image width, 35. That's really, really interesting. Why is 35s in forms? Hey, like I said, I used to do multiples of 5s, and then I switched to multiples of 6 because I read someone else was saying 6s are better, and I don't know why I follow that stuff sometimes. So that's really interesting. Why is 35 in forms way smaller than 35 elsewhere? Okay, yeah, because in here, oh, is it? No, okay, so it has margin of 5. It could be that margin. I bet this margin brings it in. I want padding. Let's try that. Let's try padding instead of margin. I bet margin inset the image by 5. Okay, this does not have padding. So let's set this inside of a frame. Actually, why does that? Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't like that ugliness here. We are going to close this. Much better. All right, so we're going to nest this in a frame. Is it a frame or a box? I think it's a frame, right? But the frames are really, really ugly. By default, if we can just do content view, we'll do a content view. And we'll nest this in content view. And then this can have padding of 5. That's weird that this image view doesn't have a padding. So yeah, margin subtracts, paddings don't. So that messed with our sizes. Dun, dun, dun. And our images go away. Width request equals 35. Let's just see if this fixes it. Height request equals 35. Okay, now our images are gone though. I mean, I could just throw into a stack and it would just work. It might do a stack because frames are so ugly by default. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're definitely getting somewhere. So bad. Let's just do a stack layout and actually we'll leave that on the padding, see if that's right. Let's delete all this. It seems so expensive to put that in a stack just to do what I'm trying to do here. Add a little bit of padding. What's my build error? What's wrong with my XAML? Edit, redo. All right, parameter name cannot be null. Please give me a line number when you give me an error like that, though. Oh, there's an extra one of those guys there. That could have been the whole issue the whole time. That's weird that it was valid before and now it's not. I have no idea how I got an extra bracket. Okay, if this is right, I might go back to content view. Let's see if it displays stuff. Oh, that's probably what it was. Okay, I'll tell you what was going on. So using content view here, content view was just trying to parse the XAML inside. So content view worked, and then it tried parsing what goes inside and didn't. Why the XAML compile stuff didn't work, I don't know. That's really weird. But this should be good now. That's definitely an odd issue. And we have images now. Although those still look really, really tiny. We don't have the view cell set to a specific height, do we? No height set there. I'm just gonna go check this thing and see if we have like a set height there. I thought we had dynamic height on. Has uneven rows, true, yeah. It's still nice and tiny. Okay, so let's play with that again. So instead of padding a 5 there, anyone have anything else to check or try? Let's remove the padding really quick, see what it looks like. There could be a pixel density. One's the XR and one's the XS. I thought they had the same pixel density. It's the only thing I could think of. You know what? Let's run this on that XS. It's the best way to check. And we're not logged in. So let me log in here really quick. Trying something new this week. You guys all said you didn't want music during the streams because you guys can listen to your own music. So I finally added my own music in the background. Let's hope I don't dance too much though, and I can pay attention. Nope, those are still nice and tiny. And these default headers are ugly on iOS. But that's... Yeah, so it's not pixel density issues. It's definitely something... Okay. Let's just go to like 45. Let's just see what happens. equals 45. Run that. Yeah, maybe it's something with the library. I don't know. So I'm going to put background color. Let's make the content view nice and big. We'll do it 45, and then we'll drop it down to 35. Maybe there's... So that's 45, which still looks way small. So I think it's just some reason we have differences in point sizes on forms compared to iOS. The only thing I can think of. I wonder if that's going to get me somewhere else. Yeah, it's easy to check. What we can do is go to... Oh, wrong one. Of course I chose the old ugly one. Go to desktop. So this is saying it's about 130 something. Actually, let's zoom in nice and close so I can get it really good. Oh, I forgot. I draw a gray border around the old ones just to make them nice and pretty. Sometimes you get white album art and it looks horrible if you don't do that, so I forgot. Wait, what size was that? I wasn't paying attention. So 134-ish. And these are at 3x, right? Or are these 2x's? Let's check. Fastest way is inside my code I have in our renderers. Just put something in here anywhere. First one to hit, we'll see with the UI screen.mainScreen.scale. Okay, so this scale is 2 on this. Wow, so that just seems wrong. How'd that even work? So if they're at 2x and this is saying 130. Hey, good morning, Kim. We are fighting layouts right now, trying to find differences. We've got styles working. We've got dynamic fonts working. Let's update our topic now that I'm on remembering. And that should be good. Updates everywhere. Okay, it didn't. Okay, it just was a delay. Nice. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. We're looking at actual pixels. This is saying it's about 134, 130-ish, 134, 136, somewhere in that range. And when we look closely at this, oh, my mic was up too high, sorry. If we look closely at what's going on in the old app, we are setting iOS cells. Let's just see if we're doing something different on the song cell. Nope, I'm not doing anything special there. That's all coming from the base, which is base cell is a right, song cell does that. Creates a new cell. Goes into here. Let's see what it says here. Apply style, blum blum. Let's go to the layout. Override layout. That's for the meter. Oh, here's this is the base media item cell. Yeah, I'm gonna go let's the base media item cell. This has everything. So it has padding of 5, twice padding is 10. Image width is set to 35. Let's look how we're using that in the layout method. Image view. Image view frame. So we are saying the width. Oh, it's doing something fancy. Is it not using that? That would make sense. Let's see if we're using that anywhere. Oh no, it does. New image view, image width. Okay, it is. So it's setting a new CG rect of that size, 35, which is points. Points, I'd put it at 75. because this image view, what it does when it fills itself out, let's double check on this. Image view frame. No, I'm doing something fancy. I'm not. I take the frame, I grab the bounds. No, but that doesn't make sense on that. Where are we at? Let's read through my layout. So bounds equals content view dot bounds. Done. Frame height is bounds height times 0.8. That sets everything in. This bounds has not been changed. No, bounds width. I'm grabbing whatever the accessory frame. A left is 0. I grab the accessory frame. I'm doing fancy layout stuff. So yeah, I am totally manipulating and messing it up. All right, so in that case, we get to, this is where I was saying how I did dynamic stuff. So if we change the view heights, it changes things. Yeah, I could do that, or I could just put a breakpoint as well. I lay out all my code there, so super easy. And we took a screenshot and zoomed in, but it's doing dynamic. As I say, I like to do stuff dynamically. The reason is things change on iPad versus phone. I forgot I did this because this cell is dynamic in the old app and runs all kinds of places. It runs on little tiny stereos. It runs on iPads. It runs on TVs. And so that's what I like about all this math-based stuff where I do it based off percentages. So it's nice and magical. But in this case, this messes with us. So I wonder, yeah, and this I kind of do more absolute layout style stuff. So let's just say forget it and pick up a new magic number. Powers of 2. Let's say if we tried to follow Marianne's rule, I'm going to need a calculator. So 2 to like the power of 4 would put us, oh, this one can't do powers of 4. No, we don't have the nice rotate on that. There is scientific. Fancy, so let's do 2 to the power of 4. Oh no, that's clear. 2 to the power of, what's if we do the 3 is 8? We know that. So 4 would only put us up to 16, so we need to like port to the power of 6 or something. This is too hard. I'm not going to use this. I'm just use like multiples of 6 because I am way too lazy. So let's do 6 times 6 is 36. Let's say somewhere around 8. That gets up to 48. Let's try 48 and see how that looks. Okay. Oh, that was all in our XAML. All right, so let's jump in here and let's just say instead of 35, we are gonna ditch this. We're gonna put like a margin of 6. 6. And I'm gonna stick with my multiple 6. I really like that rule. It helps. All right, so what were we saying? It was like 48? And maybe we'll go nice and big anyway. Yeah, well, in these ones, it just said minus the padding and then make it fill. Which is kind of nice, but I don't want these to get too big. That's looking pretty good. Nice 48. I actually like that a lot. That's looking about perfect. All right, let's bump our fonts back up now that we have that stuff nice and clean. General, accessibility, large text back on. See if that, I had it in the middle last time. Let's see if that looks good to you guys. Nice and readable still? Why is that cutting off? Okay, we're going to tell that to fill. That way we don't have any options with it, issues with this. So vertical, or no, horizontal. Fill. Is it fill and expand I want? Or it doesn't matter because these are... I think that's what I want. All right, so let's run that again. We'll play with our font sizes to make it adjust, make sure it doesn't cut it off. We can close our previewer stuff now. Okay, so let's go, not that one, let's go jump the font size up high. Maybe we need to bring back our fuchsia to just make sure it labels the right size. Oh, that went smaller. What? How'd that get smaller? All right, breakpoints, guys. Breakpoints time. App delegate. This font got bigger, but why didn't our other one? Yeah, the header font size updated. I just want to make sure we're getting our notification. Header font size, main text font size is 36. That's not what we're seeing there. Details should be 32. I shouldn't be setting that every time the files do, it's fine. Okay. So let's stop the app and restart it and see if it works. Maybe it's something with the dynamic fonts. That it was working before. Okay. Let's look at our code. Actually, I wonder if it's something, such an important cell. We have to get it right. I wonder if it's, I'm just on one of these. Oops. Okay, let's just see and make sure the text is right. I wonder if there's something with, I don't know, that's weird. He's using the dynamic styles. We'll go into our styles and make sure we're actually applying that. Okay, yeah, that's going the full width. That's exactly what I want. I wonder if we should do some word wrap. What do you guys think? Would you guys word wrap those cells if people make things really, really big and ugly like that? It's probably pretty important, actually. We'll do it. I mean, it's hard to say. Typically, I don't know. That's right. Let's see how it looks without. Okay. And see, this is what I mean. Now the images look funny. They should stretch. Maybe we'll just make them stretch and then we'll square that. I talked about doing something like this anyway. We'll make a magical image that will just fill. We can probably do a fill. Fill will probably work. It's just ugly. All right. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I don't like the pink. Let's kill the fuchsia. That's fine. So let's kill fuchsia. Let's try our styles adjusting again. Let's make sure our style class is applying that right. During our apply, it definitely does all those. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it is. It is. Google Play Music does the ellipsis. Maybe we'll just leave it. I don't know. I'm tempted. Okay, so main text style. That should work. Just to make sure this has a font size. Actually, that's okay. That's interesting. Look right here. It says font size 36, but then right there, font size isn't set. That's interesting. It does it in the font. Should be fine. So you can do that without. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll stick with the ellipsis as well. We have an option for that. Okay, so that one says it's style 36. Good, good, good. Let's jump over. What happens when we go to our middle now? '21. Now, if we go to where this does the apply, this is setting in that resource dictionary, which is the app resource dictionary. And if we look at the keys, I just want to make sure main text is the first one. It's as if we can, maybe we'll change these. I wonder if it's not getting it from the font. So if we do main, no. I bet it has something to do with this, and this is probably why it wasn't overriding before. Let's do this to all of our label styles. So, well, it's too many. Okay, we'll do this as subtext font. What's that? Where's this get it? Detail. Why do I have a detail and font? I need to be consistent with my naming. Okay, so this is detail font size. Menu. This is header. There's two of them. There's header font sizes for the label. Let's go look at these. So we have header text and then header font. Oh, they use the same font. Okay. Is that right? Header font, header font. Okay, perfect. Put that in there. Let's throw this in here. So let's see if this fixes it. Oh wait, before we do that, let's fix our ellipsis. Undo, undo. Okay, so no wrap, does that do the... Which one is it? Tail truncation I want? I think that's the right one. Yeah, okay. Thanks for confirming. Let's run it and see what it does. All right, so backgrounds are now setting. We've got fancy fonts. All right, now let's go change this, bump it all the way up. Why is that not doing it? Do I have to switch the screen? Switching the screen does it. That's really, really weird. That's right. I know the best way to handle that. That's really interesting on those dynamic styles. I wonder if I can, it's probably a bug in those. But easiest way to handle that is we'll go into on appearing, we will do no, it's wrong hotkey. This one dot share dot style changed. And now in here, we will just say, oh, viewModel.reload data, because yeah. Dot, I think it's the reload data command we want. All right. So now this should fix that horrible issue we're running into, or it doesn't update. All right. Any questions on what we've been working on, or is there anything else, any other parts you guys would like to work on? If you guys have any questions, I'd love to do like a Q&A at the end of my streams where you guys can just like ask questions and I'll answer them the best I can, or we can play with code. Let's jump back. Hey, that's working, but my cells aren't resizing. What is going on? That's really funny. It's all right. This is an edge case. I think I'm actually okay with this. Um, people aren't going to be doing that. So we'll go with it. Let's make this use a name style. Can we access named styles from C#, Xamarin? I want to see how to do the dynamic styles, like tell something to use a dynamic style. So if I just do, I want to apply it to the button though. Oh, set dynamic style. Okay, I can do that. Okay, so trying to think the right way to do that. I wonder if I can data bind a style like I'm doing. Okay, so right now what I'm looking at doing is I'm trying to figure out how to do this. What I have is inside this view, we have our side navigation page. This data binds the style. And so I wonder if I can do something to where it data binds a dynamic style. That's going to be tricky. It might be time just to swap out and do, I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, super easy. We can do the same thing here. Let's see if this fixes it. Because I need share dot dot style changed. Actually, this thing shouldn't ever be on appearing and on disappearing. We're just going to do this once because this thing is just that side thing that never goes away. That'd be weird to do that. And then what we'll do is, oh, I can't tell the list view to reset itself. There is no list view dot, I wish there was just a refresh. Tell it to reload, and there's not. So that's not going to help us at all. We're going to have to do this a different way. So we have our now playing view, now playing item. This is how this happens. It picks this up. So I wonder, is there a dynamic style or something? Anyone have any thoughts on that? I know what I'm doing is funky. What's probably would make sense was yeah, let's just do that instead. Let's do a Xamarin.Forms data template. Let's do a data template, guys. Let's do it. That's what we should do. Right now, I'm doing fancy stuff, and we should change what type of view we're displaying, so that way we're not doing this weird stuff. Data template selector, that's what I'm looking at. So let's look at a data template selector. Trying to remember how these work. Okay. That looks promising. Let's do that. Okay, so we are going to do a new data template selector. This is probably going to live under, we'll throw it in views, it makes sense there. So, actually, let's throw it into view models. It makes more sense there. Add new, menu, data template selector. So what this is going to do is this will pick which view to do. So now we don't have to do any of this fancy style stuff. We can ditch that thing. And this thing's going away. And we'll say if there's a page, it can do this. Okay, it's new data template selector. And in here, we need to say, okay, override data template selector. Okay, so now inside of here, we'll say item as navigation item. And we'll say dot page. Actually, we'll just cast it because this will only work with those. That way, it's just more proper. Right? It's throw an exception if not. So we'll just do dot page equals null. Let's throw some data templates in there. We will have menu item, and we will also have menu section. So if the page equals null, else menu item. I like that. I like that. All right, and let's actually, I just like that syntax better. Okay, so now to access that, can we just do that inside of, will doing this resource automatically do that? I thought I had to set that up. All right, well, we're just going to copy this stuff and hope it works. I am going to assume it's going to work, and it'll all be magical. So let's do our side navigation page. We will jump up here. We're going to add some resource in here. Actually, let's do our topic. What? Oh, it needs to be lowercase. It's case sensitive. What are we doing? We are doing message data template. Bam. All right. So we have our view cells here. So let's grab this view cell. Oh, we need the whole view cell thing. So we're going to put a view cell here and a view cell here. This one, let's give it the name. Where do we put that? So we'll call this one a menu item. Menu item template. And then I think I might do something with the resources to make that work right. I don't know how that's going to work. Menu. All right, so now this one, the menu item has the table. We now we don't have to do this thing anymore. This is visible nonsense. It's just always visible. And inside of here, we can do that. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so now we have that content. Done, done, done. Label. Let's set the style on this label. So, and what is our style name? Let's go borrow it from styles. So menu label style. And now inside of here, this one does not get the image. So that one's better. Now for our style, too many curly braces copied. Let's go to our style and we'll grab the header style. All right, so now we have two different templates. Now we need to make this data template. Okay, so this goes into our local. Do we have local set here? I don't think I do. We have a gMusic, not local. So now here, this is going to be the menu data template selector. We will throw this into here. Okay, so this is how we tie those things in. So valid template, we have the menu and menu section. All right, and now we just say this is this, and I hope this works. All right, so now all you have to do is come down here to the data template, and we're going to hook that thing in there. And we just throw that into the list view. Is that where it goes? Okay, list view. Wow, this is simplifying this a lot. Okay, let's... And instead of person, it is... Let's lowercase this. I don't know why everyone lowercases, but I'll follow that. All right. We just did a lot fast. Let's hope it works. So to walk through what we did, we removed the cell, and we got a bill there. Oh, that namespace is wrong. What's in our gMusic namespace? gMusic.views. All right, so let's go in here to nice and clean way of handling that, right? Navigation item could not be found. All right, so lots of changes. What we did was we added a data template selector. This data template selector will say if the page is null, do the section, else do the item. Now we have those bound to dynamic resources, and we have nothing. What'd I break? I totally broke something. Do we have anything in our application output? All right, so side navigation page. Why doesn't our... Something's wrong, because why doesn't this have the gradient list view stuff? All right, so for now, let's just remove our template selector in case this is wrong. And let's run it again. Why? Why? Is it doing something with that content resource? Did that totally mess me up? Shouldn't. We have our list view. Its background color is transparent because we're doing our iOS swap out thing to get our gradient background. Gradient list view. Let's look at our... What in the world did I break? Anyone see anything obvious? Gave it an item template. Our stuff is valid. Okay, let's give it a name. Let's see if we can access it somewhere in here. Getting towards the end of where I want to be on my stream anyway, but this view items. Just do that. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Oops, wrong button. So we have a list view. The item source hasn't been set yet. That's fine. Now the side navigation page is declared, and inside of it being declared, it's given its binding context. So on appearing, we should be able to view the binding context and at least see something. Okay, list view. Okay, this dot. Okay, binding context is there. It has 8 things in them. I don't know what I messed up. Item source should be fine. The only thing I did was, okay, so this is almost, oh, I did that again. How is that valid? That's a bug in our XAML parser. I need to get that file, because if you do that, it compiles, but then nothing works. How did I do that again? Okay, let's see if we can go back to where we had it. Okay, I'm gonna go ignore this. You're done. I don't need you anymore. All right, delete you. Delete you. Delete debug code. Okay. We've got that. Let's go grab that code snippet again. Yeah, I don't know what's adding that extra thing. It's happened to me twice now, and it calls it valid XAML. That is not valid XAML. Obviously, it doesn't know how to parse it. So that's really, really confusing. And it just shows nothing. It parses that view as nothing. But it compiles. That's right. I'll talk to Stefan later about that, because that's really weird. Really, really weird. All right, let's check our menu now. I still have that extra one from all my undoing. It's right in front of my face. I like how I find the bug, fix the bug, undo the fix, and then expect it to go away. Crazy bug though. Way crazy. Hey, that's looking good. Our data template selector works. Now let's go into our general accessibility. No idea what this will do there. Oops, wrong button. Wrong one. It didn't update, and it's not going to until the app dies, I think. So let's stop and start, and now it'll get that font. I really know what's going on with the dynamic stuff. Big ugly fonts. Those aren't set to auto size. Let's fix those. Okay. Oh, you get no autocomplete on a... That drives me nuts. On a custom one. So, has uneven rows equals true. We really need to fix that. You should get autocomplete on a subclass. Especially once Roslyn's had time to do its thing. Okay, so now cancel. Let's run it. And I think we're good. It'll look nice and pretty. We'll fix the font so it's not so ginormous. And I think I'll call it good for a day. After this, I think we might need to finish this now playing screen. Oh, that's looking nice. Well, ish. Depends on your definition of nice. We still need to do the dynamic. Oops, wrong one. Large text. We still need to do our image stuff so we can have white images. That updated though, it just doesn't resize. I wonder how it decides to relay things out. Because that works. We have themes, guys! I'm really happy with what we've done today. We've built themes, which update. We have dynamic fonts and text. Our menu doesn't update in between. I have to stop and start when our fonts change. But people changing their fonts while your app's running is an edge case. I'm okay with saying, hey, kill the app and redo it. If I want to be nice, I could just kill it myself, and then I won't have to use dynamics anywhere. I could just new up the UI. But I like how this keeps where they're at. Super exciting, guys. Any questions? is there anything you guys want to see in some of the next ones? I know I had some people wanting to do some more with async and await. I should probably just like schedule an async and await event and advertise ahead of time so people who want to do it. We'll just go through my old async and await talk live and just change things. There's some new things we can throw in there. Trying to think else we can throw with. Any questions on what we played with today? We got some sizing stuff better. I really like how this is looking. It's getting there. We need to do this now playing screen so we can kill the fuchsia. And I'm tempted, by the time we start doing that, I'm tempted to just to throw in some audio playback around that time because we're going to want the current song, have it change. I need to get my menu button up there. Yeah, but either overall, I'm really, really happy with where we're going. I forgot to make an agenda before our stream this time, but we accomplished a lot. Fix that header. That header should be transparent. All right. Well, if no one has questions, if you guys have questions, anything, doesn't have to be my app related, anything Xamarin related, or things along those lines or coding, I'd love to answer them before we end. But if no one's got questions, we'll end. I need to make that dynamic sizing too. Let me do that really quick. We've got to build the settings page out. As uneven rows equals true. Now the settings screen will be nice and dynamic. I never took the time to do dynamic fonts inside of gMusic, so you were stuck in the old one with the old sizes. So going to Forms, I've already improved it by adding dynamic fonts. Let's check that settings out. Much better, much better. Liking it. So much better. So much better. All right. Well, in that case, I am going to sign out, guys. Thanks everyone for following along. Like always, feel free to ask questions. I will build this thing out and the way you guys want me to and the order you guys want me to. So feel free to request stuff. If it's something you're going to be doing in your app, request it and I will look into it and work on it here first. That way I can go through the pain so it's easy for you. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you guys next week, and I'll get something scheduled for the async and await talk stuff. So thanks for that suggestion, and we'll do that later. Bye guys.